We're actually going to start where we left off last time. The live feed dropped before I did 2 exercises. So we're just going to get started in just a minute, and I'm going to start there. Oops, sorry, I don't need. Of course, I'm in my boots because we're about to get snow after the cherry blossoms just started too. So, poor cherry blossoms. All right, check in with the computer. If anybody can just let me know how the focus is. Also the music, if it's too loud, if you can't hear it, if you don't like it, that's cool too. Just let me know. And we're going to start off where we left off before, and then we're also going to go over planks. I had somebody that asked me about a plank challenge, about doing planks for 4 minutes a day, and does it really help you firm up your stomach? And I'm going to answer that. Or actually, I should say answer it to the best of my ability based upon what we all deal with, and provide some modifications. So just get seated, make sure you're comfortable. You can be seated or standing. I'm actually going to be standing when I start. You don't have to be standing. I'm just going to start because that's where we left off, and I'm going to do a quick sun salutation, then do the 2 exercises here, and then talk about the planks. But you can go wherever you are most comfortable. If you're comfortable seated or standing, whatever you would like to do is perfectly fine. I can't see you. You can see me, as I say all the time. So just please remember that. I have no idea what everybody's mobility level is. And this is just to help keep motivation and just to move for 5 minutes. It's not a directive. By all means, it's not a prescription for what everybody should be doing. It's just to provide some motivation for all of us, including me. Accountability. We can all come together and do something a couple times a week. So thank you for your flexibility today. I am late. I did post on the Facebook page. I had 2 appointments earlier today, personal appointments. And I was leaving I was a half an hour away at 2 o'clock, and there was just no way I was going to be able to get home and get set up by 2:30. So I said 3 o'clock and then had to run around. So, all right, so looks okay. If anybody can just comment and just let me know how the music is, my sound, if you can hear me, if the music is too loud, anything like that, just let me know. If there's any problems with the volume, I'm going to just try to keep my voice the way that it is now. No kids or husband are supposed to come in right now. The little kids are at school, desperately waiting to come home because of the snow. My husband's at work, and my other son just got home, and the dogs are outside, I think. And if they do bark, Johan said that he'll bring them in. So, okay, great. So I'm going to carry on. Music is a little quiet, but okay. All right, perfect. All right, so I'm going to do a quick introduction. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kendra Nielsen-Miles. I am the founder of EDS Wellness. This is our Just 5 Minutes class that we're trying to do twice a week. Like I said earlier, that we're trying to just have some accountability. It's not a prescription. It's not a directive. This is not the cure for EDS. This is just accountability, a way for us to move for just 5 minutes twice a week. It fulfills a big part of the mission of EDS Wellness, and my goal and hope for all of you is to find something to do within your own mobility levels, because something is better than nothing, and our muscles can do what our connective tissues cannot. I cannot see you. I have no idea what you're dealing with, what your mobility level is. If you are at all hesitant to do anything, you've never seen me before, you've never done this, participate at your own risk, please. Or ask your doctor or PT first, because what I do might not be okay for you. I really have no idea. I'm happy to answer questions afterwards. I do try to provide modifications and directions, but sometimes it's best just to kind of watch initially. I try to provide a few tips and resources, things that I do every day, not just because I started EDS Wellness, just because these are things that I've learned to live with, and I have a ton of things at home that I had way before I even started EDS Wellness, just because this is my life. Literally, this is my life. This is what I do every day. This is how I live with EDS and how I've learned how to live with EDS. And so far, I'm 38. It's worked so far. I was diagnosed at 26, 27, and I had EDS obviously way before then. I learned to live with it before then, before I even knew what it was. So, and this is the way I deal with it. It's not necessarily the best way for everybody, but there are so many modifications, and we all have to start at wherever we are. And where I am this week might not be where I am next week. It might not be where I was last week, and it's the same for everybody else. So it's all about baby steps and going slow and going low, as Dr. Chopra says, and it's all about integrative healthcare. So that's who I am. That's what we're doing. And for those of you that were not part of the class last week. I had just gotten back from Costa Rica. I went to a yoga retreat. That was my medicine. I cannot take nearly any medication right now because my body is so sensitive, and which is just it's a catch-22, and I know a lot of us are very sensitive to medications. I have a mutation in the way that I metabolize the main drug pathways, so there's a lot that I have to actually stay away from, that I can't take, and the very few that I can take that do help, I've became intolerant to, and I tried a variety of different things, so clearly my body was very, very sensitive, and kind of, like I said, a catch-22, so I just decided to go away again. I went last year. This is really my medicine, the way I deal with it. And again, it's the way I've learned to live with it. And it's not necessarily about yoga. It's about just kind of getting away from it all. And a lot of us have heightened autonomic nervous systems, and call it dysfunction if you want, or heightened or super sensitive. And everything in our body is really sensitive to pain and all sorts of things. And sometimes it's really good to just kind of get some sun and real relaxation, and there's true healing that really can happen. And it doesn't really take away our experiences, it doesn't take away our mutations, it doesn't take away what we will continue to deal with in the roller coaster, but it does provide some insight and power and belief and empowerment that we can really help ourselves, even just a little bit. So and I actually brought somebody with me. Laurel, I think she's on right now. I actually brought somebody from the EDS community with me. I invited her kind of on the drop of a hat and she came with me, and I'm gonna, hopefully she'll share her experience, because I think that was pretty shocking that I invited her so quickly, but I think it was true testament to she was newer to being diagnosed with EDS, and I kind of just whipped her into coming with me, and hopefully she'll write about her experience, maybe for a blog post for EDS, hint, Laurel, and for EDS Wellness, and she can share her experience, what it was like. And again, it's not necessarily about yoga, it's about really taking ourselves away from kind of all of the distractions that we deal with, and all the things that can kind of help heighten our senses and stress and things like that can contribute to making us feel worse, and kind of giving ourselves a bigger picture to look from the outside in, and to really be accountable to ourselves, and also feel empowerment that we can help ourselves, and that there are things we can do even though we thought we can't, and we can find ways to modify things, to do the things that we really like, and we can find identity outside of EDS, and what we deal with every day, and we can enjoy life. So this was pretty much what it was. So last week my stream got cut off, basically is what I was saying, and so we're going to start with the 2 exercises at the bar that I was trying to show everybody that we can do while we're standing in line. You don't necessarily have to have a ballet bar. You can even do them while you're seated. Something you can do in line, you can do it seated, you can do it standing at a ballet bar. There's a couple of exercises there, but we're first going to start with a modified sun salutation, just to kind of get warmed up and to kind of get our composure and get grounded. So when you're ready, get seated or get standing with your feet about hip width apart, and take a moment to just be mindful, close your eyes. I'll be quiet for a minute. You can listen to the music and just start focusing on your breathing. Bring your focus and your awareness to your breath. The reason why we focus on breathing in yoga is actually a moving meditation, and breathing is life. And if we can't breathe, we don't live. So when we focus on breathing, it really brings our mind and our body into unison, and it helps us put into a full rhythm. Because a lot of times when we're living in fight or flight, the body and the mind are not necessarily connected in the best way, right? So the idea is to really find grounding and to be able to gain composure of our emotions and our mind and our bodies, which then helps our symptoms quite a bit. Doesn't take them away, doesn't take our conditions away, or our mutations or our diagnosis. It just helps us learn to live with a little bit more ease. I think a lot more ease in life, but that's for me, and I'm not saying that for everybody, but at least a little bit. That's my belief. I think everybody can find a little bit more ease in life, and again, something is better than nothing. So just focus on your breathing. You can close your eyes. If you're standing, you can put your arms comfortably to the side. If you're seated on a chair, you can make sure that your knees are at a 90-degree angle and that your feet are on the floor. And you can slowly close your eyes. Make sure that your neck is not hyperextended up or down. You want to make sure that it's in straight, in neutral alignment with your back, that your shoulders are back and down comfortably, and that your